Franklin, give me 16.
Hit me. Just got back from my sabbatical. I'm one of God's kids. Never thought I'd make it this far, but God did. Whom shall I fear since the Most High brought me? Since I've been 150 tried to rob me. He can't, 'cause God's got me. See, I'm God's property. Jesus is prodigy. Dope as ever, probably. Always stay in character. Church can make some characters that categorically deny God's character. I don't mean to preach, just trying to make you think. I was a dirty dish, now me and God in sync. Like Big and J and Nas, the great escape of vote. The lion and the lamb will bow down to the goat. I don't wanna make no more mistakes with my kid. You heard the mixtape my son put out, Kirk did. So if the cipher don't take away from my sins, which could probably take away from my ends, tell my wife and my friends that we win the end. I'm a fighter, shout out to the Holy.
Yo, Kirk Franklin.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors and blessings to the heirs of the apostle of great millstone, the water Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for the heirs of the apostle down, for waking me up to the wisdom, knowledge, truth, and understanding through the spirit, power, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the true I, give me the brothers, the one pushing the truth and sincere across the four corners of the earth, wherever you might be, scattered abroad, like the other nation who bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Shalom to the fruit out, who I believe well, me and the sisters, the one repent and come back to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai as well in these latter days. And shalom to the boys and girls who the Lord going to deliver also in these times to come too. All right, with that, I'm going to say shalom. All right. Came across this little video. And you heard it yourself with Kirk Franklin saying the lion and the lamb will bow down to the goat. But you hear he named like Nas, Jay-Z, or whoever the fuck he named. But all the idol worshipers then said the lion and the lamb will bow down to the goat. So as if he's saying they gonna bow down to man, basically, which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, not gonna bow down to man, not no man, And also the spiritual being Satan worked for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So the Lord ain't gonna bow down to the spiritual being Satan, man. But these folks here, they worship the spiritual being Satan. They left on the left hand side. They worship the left hand side. All right. So when they speaking of God and Jesus, they not literally talking about the one of the Bible, because they don't follow none of the ways or rehearse the righteous acts. As you can tell, and first of all, the Lord's name is not Jesus. The Lord's name Yahweh Shai, man. Once you get a clear understanding, indeed, go back into your history of being the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, man, you're going to understand that the Lord's name was Yahweh Shai, well, not Jesus. So you're not going to try to use that. You're not going to use that name. All right. But yeah, man. And these folks also on the other end sell out the Esau Edom. So is you trying to say the Lord gonna bow down the Esau Edom, which is the WHITE/RED, man, what I just spelled, the WHITE/RED, man. So, but but we're gonna get into the scripture, man, because he said the lion and the lamb gonna bow down to the goat, which we know that's Yahweh Shai, man, representation of Yahweh Shai. But as we go read in with the Romans chapter 14, all right, and verse 11. And it say, for it is written, as I live, say the Lord, the word Lord, capital L, the rest of the Lord, letters, lowercase, represent Yahweh Shai. For it is written, it say, as I live, say the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to Yahweh, all right, to the power, right, which, Yahweh also passed things down to Yahweh Shai, that judgment things given down to him. So every knee gonna bow down to Yahweh Shai, man, according to scriptures, also Yahweh, man. All right. So everything upon the earth gonna bow down to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. But I'm gonna run that back. All right. It say, for it is written, as I live, say the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to Yahweh. All right. To the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Now this is Philippians 2:10. And I start from 9. It say, wherefore Yahweh also have highly exalted him, and giving him a name which is above every name, which that name is Yahweh Shai, not Jesus, man. All right. So, like you say, the name Yahweh Shai, he's delivered, he's salvation. There's no other person on the earth, man, have that name. And there's no other person on the earth who gonna be able to do what Yahweh Shai gonna do when he come back. All right? Nobody. From the living to the dead. It's a whereof Yahweh also have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. And he say that at the name of Yahweh Shai, it say Jesus, but we know the name Yahweh Shai, that at that name of Yahweh Shai, every knee should bow of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. See, and we just read in what Romans 14:11, for it is written, as I live, say the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, every tongue should confess, because everything is going to be done through Yahweh Shai. Yahweh working through Yahweh Shai. All right? Just like us, we can't get to Yahweh without going through Yahweh Shai. So everything is done through Yahweh Shai, man. Everything going to bow down to Yahweh Shai when he come back. All right? Because they not doing it now. Everybody, moving according to the ways of the world, worshiping what they want to worship, idols and men. But the Lord, Yahweh Shai, going to return. He's going to switch all that up. All right, go back to Philippians 2:10. Wherefore Yahweh also, the screen keep about to cut. I've got to keep pressing slack. Wherefore Yahweh also highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahweh Shai every knee should bow of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is Lord, to the glory of Yahweh the Father. All right. And there you have it. And I'm not going to try to keep the video too long. I'm going to get a couple more precepts. I got to get ready to hit the plantation. But this is Revelation 6. And I start from 12. All right. And they say, and I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. All right. And this also, when the missiles get to dropping, right, there's going to be that great earthquake. Like the scriptures say, the earth going to reel into a fro like a drinking. How is it going to do that? By the way, these nuclear missiles. All right. These warheads, when they get shot off. So there's going to be that great earthquake. And the mushroom, they when they hit, how they show you all the time, man, when these missiles being shot or bombs being dropped, it always make that mushroom cloud. All right, it's gonna block out the things that what you see above you in the heavens. All right, Shalak, y'all know how to.
Yo, Kirk Franklin.
So, but yeah. Then another thing, man, you're not gonna have true service, man, believing Yahweh Shem Yahweh preaching the truth. You're not gonna be nowhere associated with these people. They're not gonna let you be affiliated with them. All right, when you calling out what's going on with the higher ups, the ones who run this entertainment industry. All right, they not gonna let you be part of that. If you're a true believer of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. All right, then this is a hip hop award. Why is he rapping doing a hip hop award? And you for Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Supposedly you believe in God, right? But it is what it is. Now what you do, if you around your people, you ain't carrying out. But you saying it's just certain stuff you're not gonna do, man. You do and you're not gonna do. All right, but continue on. And it say, and I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, because there's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. All right. And verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when it is shaken of a mighty wind. All right. So the Lord also them stars falling from heaven, and also go for your idols, right? Your stars like you see today, like him, he considered as a star. The people, what you see in the entertainment industry, right? So, also can go for the missiles, depending on what you're reading at the time, what the story going to at the time. But hey, you gonna have your stars, your so-called celebrities. They gonna fall from they being on top, and the Lord gonna make it happen quickly, man, fast. And also you gonna have the missiles, right, falling from the heavens. All right, they gonna go up and they gonna come down, and they gonna rock this place. All right, gonna blow it out the melt. All right, it said, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heavens, it said, departed as a scroll. Like I said, the mushroom cloud. All right, when it come down, it come down, it make the little spread out like the scroll, like a mushroom cloud. Mushroom, okay, it say, okay, and the heavens departed as a scroll. All right, and it's not talking about the heavens up in the sky, man. This is talking about Esau Edom heaven. All right, because when the missiles hit and make that mushroom cloud like a scroll, this is talking about it's gonna happen on the earth. So it's not gonna be the heaven departed like a scroll where Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the angels live. All right, it say, and the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens, and in the rocks of the mountains. It say, and said unto the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. All right, the Lamb. He said the lion and the Lamb gonna bow down to the goat, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey, he's that lamb and that lion. Lion who he's talking about, which ain't gonna bow down to nobody, no man. All right. So and said to the mountain and to the rocks, fall on us. And these people think they're gonna be able to go hide themselves in the underground bunkers and things where they got the bunkers built, probably with inside the mountains and so-called caves and things like that, up on the ground, whatever. That's not gonna work. And said to the mountain, to the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, which is Yahushua, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who should be able to stand? It's man talking about the lion and the lamb gonna bow down to the goat. So who the greatest one who he talking about, who the Lord gonna bow down to? Which man is that? Because like I said, we know he gonna bow down to who they call the so-called devil, which is spiritual being Satan, because he worked for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, he in the heaven with the Lord, them having meeting. He got to get a say so from the Lord to do anything. All right, so I don't know what this guy here talking about, man. When you go down to Revelation 5:5, jump down, get straight to the point. And one of the elders say unto me, weep not, behold, the lion of the tribe of Judah, it say the root of David had prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof, and that's Yahweh Shai. All right. He said the lion and the lamb gonna bow down to the goat. It say, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, and as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yahweh sent forth into all the earth. All right. And you have the 7 churches. All right. It say, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 20 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them hearts and gold vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints, the man of the Lord, the true believers. All right. He took it a hand out of who? Ain't nobody was worthy to get it from Yahweh but Yahweh Shai, man. All right. I'm trying to see because it's a lot on it. You know, I'll keep reading down a little more. And they say, and they sung a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and has made us unto our God king, power kings and priests, right? And has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we should reign on the earth. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels sound.
Give me 16.
Shalakim, it say, and I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts, and the elders, and the thunder of them was 10,000 times. Shalakim said the thunder, Shalakim, and the numbers of them was 10,000 times, 10,000 and thousand of thousand, singing with a loud voice. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory, it say, and blessings in every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them heard I saying, it's a blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And it say, in the fourth beast said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshiped him that live forever and ever. Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so I don't know what the hell this guy here talking about. And you keep reading down verse 6, Revelation 6, it's still going to the Lamb, man, which is Yahweh Shai. And I saw when the Lamb opened, one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, and one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. But that's the point with that, man. You see that everything gonna bow down to Yahweh Shai. You heard what he said, hide us from the face that sit upon the throne, man. Let the rock fall on us. All right. So, but I'm gonna jump to Revelation 17. It's not 17. Close it out with Revelation 7. No, well, I'm on 17. I'm gonna jump to 9. All right, this Revelation 17, verse 14. It say, these should make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb should overcome them. So who's this? I don't know who he talking about. Saying the lion and the Lamb gonna bow down to the goat, because it's sure not gonna be Yahweh Shai. These should make war with the Lamb, and who gonna make war with him? Esau, Edom, and his military. When they see Yahweh Shai coming through the firmament, man, which they can't get out of, he gonna come through with him and the angels. And they're gonna be that war in heaven. They're gonna be in that air fighting Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. When Yahweh Shai come back in that huge fathership, they so-called UFO, which is the chariots, according to the Bible, what they're called. Which the word chariot going to vehicles, the heavenly vehicles. It say, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For the Lord, it say, for he is Lord of lords and kings of kings, man. All right? He's the power, our power, master, our master, man. The Messiah, our Messiahs. You name it. For he is Lord of lords and kings of kings, and they that are with, and he got rulers, our rulers. And they that are with him are called the chosen and faithful, all right? Which is going to be the demands of the Lord, all right? But, matter of fact, I keep reading. It's saying, he said unto me, the water which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, this talking about America, Babylon the Great, all right? Where the horse sitteth are people in multitude, nations, and tongues, because this is what the Lord going to come, bring discretion upon, because he not going, every four corners of the earth, they're going to feel a little pressure, but this the place the Lord going to destroy off the face of the earth. All right. It say unto, okay. It say, he said unto the waters, this waters represent the people which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth are people in multitude in nations and tongues, and the 10 horns, which is the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, is NATO. So NATO and the EU, the 10 horn, these the power, this is the beast. In America, arrived from the beast. He the 8th. They come out of that the 7 that make the the 8th. They come out of the 7. All right. So these shall hate the whore. All right. because America own allies gonna turn on them, along with the other nations. So it's not gonna just be Russia, China, them kind of nation. No, they own allies who they own European using within themselves gonna help bond this place. All right, should hate the whore. Should hate the whore and should make her desolate and naked and should eat her flesh and burn her with fire with the nuclear missiles. For Yahweh had put it in their heart to fulfill his will and to agree and give her kingdom unto the beast until the world shall like until the words of Yahweh should be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which is America, America the Great, like they tell you, which reign, it said, which reign over the kings of the earth, which America reign over the kings of the earth, man. All right. The Edomites over here on this side. All right. Calling all the shots, handing everybody a pot. All right. Don't keep treaties with people, but let's hear another topic. But all right, but that lamb who they gonna try to make war with, it's Yahweh, man, and he gonna bring the angel with him. But the Lord not gonna man gonna bow down to Yahweh. Not Yahweh gonna bow down to man. Now this is Revelation 13. I'm gonna close out with that. It's Revelation 13, and I start from 10. Now I start from 9. It's saying the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, that mark is the carabum, that cut in the flesh, the incision, which is that RFID micro C-hip, where they're going to give you, right? Your new way of living, buy and trade, sell. It's the chip, all right? That's that mark, carabum, cut in the flesh, brand, a batch of servitude, which they're going to make you, all right? It say, if any man worship the beast in his image, the NWO, that's the image, and receive his mark, the RFID microchip, in his forehead or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture. It's in the cup of his indignation, righteous anger, and he should be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh, man. Gonna be tormented with through them nuclear missiles. So I don't know what this guy was talking about, man. He talking about the lion and the lamb gonna bow down to the goat. I don't know who the fuck's supposed to be the great of all time, who the Lord's supposed to bow down to. All right. But yeah, and that's the point I wanted with that. Matter of fact, go down to 11. Because these same folks who you see all on that BET Award, all these folks in the entertainment industry, they gonna take that chip. See here, they already be advertising it with some of your celebrities. I got a video, they using one to do it. I think, what a night with Cash Law or something, I think. You got a video, she's swiping up, she'll pull out the cash and she'll shake her head, like put the cash back and put her forehead right there. And she use her head. Like she got something in her head to make her pay for it. For her purchase, for whatever she buying. All right, but it say in the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they had no rest day nor night, who worshiped the beast in his image, and whosoever received the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh in the faith of Yahweh, man. All right, and that's the point with that. I'm gonna stop it right there. All right, so everything gonna bow down to Yahweh. When the people see Yahweh, they're gonna be afraid, man. They're not gonna, Shalom, I can't even get my word right. They ain't gonna know what to do, right? They are not going to know what to do. All right, so yeah, and I'm gonna close out with that right there, man. So that lion, the lamb gonna bow down to the goat. Not sure who he's talking about. Because Lord sure not going to bow down to man. He just told you everything going to bow down to him upon the earth, under the earth. So I'm going to close out saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, and I hope that was edifying.